What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Brittany back here. Kind of just have like a general chit-chatty type style video today. I do have a piece of hardware, I guess just a device that I want to throw some love out to because I've been using it. So we'll talk about that. Not a full-blown review because I don't use this thing to its full potential. We'll just give you a little teaser. It's this guy. Yeah, through low. Heck yeah. So as far as like just general channel chat, I guess, I don't know, channel chat. I just kind of wanted to let you guys know where I was like in my vaping journey thus far. We have been vaping, me and my husband, for about 1.5 years now. If you've watched any of my other videos from the past, you'll know that I, very similar to everybody else who's quit smoking, started on just like starter set, you know, the EVODs and things like that, and then kind of just gradually moved up, and now we are, first of all, like tugboat lovers to boot. 9 times out of 10, I've got a tugboat V2 on something or another. I never did like an official review of the tugboat. I think I have a tugboat clone video. Since that, I have no longer purchased any clone tugboats. We just keep it authentic all the way. We prefer the V2 over the version 1, and I'm dripping real quick. We're also super stoked and looking forward to the V3. It's a 2-post design, and I personally don't have any 2-post design RDAs, so I'm not sure how I feel about it. But recently Flawless did have a sale going on their V2s that I think they were like $50 a piece. So we kind of cleaned up and got ourselves a couple more tugboats. Alright, it's not really channel related, but what I figured I'm going to try and plan out to do, and I've made notes and I have a calendar now to try and get myself organized. I really like the Monday filming format. So that essentially will lead to 4 or 5 videos from me a month. I'm thinking 3 of those videos will kind of be like product discussions. So keep in mind that although I do have a YouTube channel, all of the gear, most of the gear that we own and use, we purchase ourselves. So it's not like I just have a constant stream of new liquids and hardware and devices and tanks and RDAs rolling in. We do a lot of research before we purchase our devices and mods and RDAs and things like that. So I don't have like an endless supply of, well, cash for one, but like hardware to just keep going with like a strict 3 video a month review schedule. But we've also talked about adding like a monthly vlog, maybe the last Monday of every month, where Josh, my husband, will sit in and we'll just kind of chat about different things, you know, different things maybe going on in the news that's related to vaping. Maybe we'll get off topic and not talk about vaping in certain sections. I'm not sure. We're kind of just working out the kinks so we can go with the flow on that guy. But I think a monthly vlog would be kind of cool, personally. Maybe if we step up our technology game a bit, we can look into like some video editing software. I currently don't do any edits on any of my videos. It's just a straight shot from start to finish. I am, as you see me in my video, yeah, I trip and stumble over my words sometimes. Sometimes I leave things out that I feel like I should have said, but I feel that that's just kind of true to me. I wanted my channel to just remain authentic, laid back, hang out. I'm in my home right now. I don't have any like fancy gear that I film on. I don't have crazy umbrella lights and all this stuff or video editing software. But in the future, what I would like to do is get to know some video editing software just a little bit, enough that our monthly vlogs can maybe include like a sit-down chit-chat and then maybe some more follow me around type stuff. We're not super like active people. I mean, we're home 90% of the time, so we don't go many places that often. Wow, we just sound like an exciting bunch we are. But I figure, you know, if we're gonna talk about hardware in a vlog, maybe we could do like a follow around and you guys can see us like use our gear out on the go. We can talk about some troubles we have if we travel with certain devices, things like that. We're also going to add in I'm not sure if we're going to do this in the vlog or do this totally separate. We did recently subscribe to Zamplebox. They've been around long since before we started vaping, and we've never given them a try. Or any other monthly subscription service. But I've heard that they've really stepped up their A game, so we're going to give them a shot, and I'm thinking we're either going to add like a monthly unboxing into our vlog, or I'm just going to have there goes Kitty. Hi, kitty, kitty. Or we can just have like a designated video every month to Zamplebox. My plan for that is to have the first one where we do the unboxing, and then maybe in the months following, what we can do is just do a real quick review of the flavors we received in the previous month. Making sense? Are you with me still? Good. So that's just kind of some channel info, I guess, for you. Just kind of where my thought process is on this channel moving into the future. This is my last day off before I return to class. I am enrolled in some college courses, so I will be a lot busier, but I still absolutely want to make time to keep this channel moving for you all. I just hear so many nice encouraging words, and I just like sharing and hanging out with you guys. Like, this is my time to just chill and hang out with you. So yeah, I'm dedicated to keeping this channel pushing forward there. Alright, enough with all that. Have a quick vape session. And let's just get into kind of my experience with the Rouleau. Again, I'm not going to call this an official product review. This is the RX200 chipped Rouleau by Wismec, designed by Jabo. We do have a couple of the Noisy Crickets also, and I have to say, so far this year, I'm really loving me some Jabo designs. This thing just works stellar, fabulous. I've not had any problems with it. It's a bit heavy and kind of chunky. I'm sure that if you're watching this, you've seen a couple other like full-blown reviews of this device. Houses 3 18650s, that's the shape. It is very heavy, but I have learned I appreciate that. Whenever I'm traveling in my car, I tend to set my mods and my like bottle of liquid next to each other in my cup holder. And this has such a substantial weight to it that it doesn't flop around whenever I like hit a speed bump or take a turn. And I don't drive like a crazy person. I'm one of those granny drivers, but this thing stays put in my car when I'm traveling with it. So I really like the weight and the shape of it. Alright, so if you have not seen any official reviews of this, I would recommend that you go search for some. There are much more detailed vapors out there in the review videos than I can be, but I will run you through a little bit of info on them. These do 1 to 200 watts when you're in the variable mode. This does have temperature control for, stainless steel, nickel, and titanium, I believe. I've not ever run this guy in temperature control. I prefer Kanthal builds and just variable mode. That works perfectly fine for me. That may change in the future, but as of right now, I'm just strictly a variable vapor on the Rouleau. For temperature control though, this thing does do 200 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit, or if you're using Celsius, it does 100 to 315 degrees Celsius. I did mention the 3 18650s. What I personally would suggest one do, if you're going to purchase this device or if you already have this device, go buy 3 brand new batteries to specifically use only in this device. Keep them together. They say marry your batteries. Keep them together, charge them at the same time, use them at the same time, but you do not always want to put each battery in the same housing on the inside. You're supposed to rotate them out because this does pull different voltages from your batteries at different times. So that's my recommendation. I do that and it's been working great for me. so good. With the 3 batteries, the battery life on this guy is awesome. This is 3 fully charged batteries in this is probably an all-day device for me. I do tend to kind of flip-flop, and if I'm ready for a flavor change, I will run another device, you know, for a few hours and then come back to this. But for the most part, I would say that a 3 18650 battery life will get you through the day. What else do I have? There is, on the front panel here, looks like a little face. I noticed that whenever I first opened it. There is a little mini USB charging port here. I have read that they do not recommend you use that for charging, but the RX200 chip does come, maybe not equipped. I don't know if I how to properly word this, but you can update the firmware in this should the firmware be updated through, I believe it would be Wismec. I still haven't downloaded the newest version, which is 3. But it is super simple. It comes with your cable, you plug it into your computer, you go to their website, and I think in 3 minutes flat or something like that. I did the first update on this a few weeks ago. So do not use this as your charge port. Remove your batteries and charge them separately. I only would suggest you use this mini USB port for updating your firmware. Cool. Yeah, there are battery vent holes on the bottom. This edition so far does come in all black or this like white, and they call it green. It matches my Tiffany blue top caps, which this is not one of them, pretty decently. So I guess you could call it a Tiffany blue if you really wanted to, or like a sea foam green kind of color. I haven't had any problems with this thing scratching. I have not yet dropped this. Fingers crossed it stays that way. I have not yet dropped this, but like I said, it's substantial in size, and you're just able to get a really good grip on it with the shape of it. So no scratching, no leaking, no rattly back panelness to it. It just seems like a really sturdy, well thought out device, and I totally dig it. I mentioned in my Ranger video that I have like 2 go-to mods. This is the other one. I usually have this and the Ranger, and they're both very similar in color. So that's it. Those are my go-to mods, the Rouleau or the Ranger, both with tugboats, and I'm good to go. Hi, kitty kitty. Yeah, I've got 3 cats, so you will see some tail appearance now and then, I'm sure. And if you didn't know, I also have a dog, so I don't know why I told you that, but I did. That's just my life. This is me. What else? I don't know. It's just super easy to use. Don't knock over my tripod, kitty. 5-click on-off. I believe you click your fire switch 3 times to switch through the different temp control modes back into variable. You've got your just standard, easy, quick up-down to adjust your wattage. I think in temp control mode, you can... Obviously, that would just adjust your temperature. Like I said, I haven't really used that. The cool thing I like about this is if you're in variable mode, like I normally am, if you hit down these 2 at the same time, it will lock your current wattage setting, so that if you end up throwing this in a pocket or a handbag, these won't get pushed and then, you know, bump your wattage setting way up or way down, because that's kind of annoying. Alright, I just have a couple little tidbits that I wrote down here in my notebook. That's what I'm looking at, just so I cover everything that I wanted to. In variable mode, as I use this thing, this will fire down to 0.1. But if you're in temperature control mode running stainless steel, titanium, or nickel, you can actually build down to 0.05. Again, I have no experience with that setting, those settings, whatever. I just thought that that would be some useful information for somebody. So there you go. That's just kind of my quick rundown of the Rouleau. I think I originally wrote down that the only thing I would change about this device is that USB port, but since we did use it to update the firmware, I'm cool with it. I just, like I said before, and I'll say it again, I would not charge this device through that mini USB port. Remove your batteries, charge them separately. So there you have it. There's my thoughts on the Rouleau. It's just damn good vaping. All right, so if you guys have any comments or anything, maybe you could share your thoughts with me on kind of the first portion of this video where I ran through the blurb on kind of where I want things to go in the future. You can comment down below. You can find me on Instagram. I do have a Facebook page, but my favorite all-time social media, I'm just going to say, is Instagram. So you can follow me on Instagram. It's kind of a mix-up between like my life as a vapor and just my life in general. So not everything I post on Instagram is strictly vaping. It's my personal Instagram too. So if you want to get to know me a little bit, I would highly suggest you start there. Send me questions here, send me questions on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Another thing I was gonna mention, I'm not sure if I said this earlier, but advocacy. I think we're gonna designate one segment every month in our vlog to advocacy and updates. So if you guys have any information that you want to share with me, maybe some, legislation is going on in your town, city, county, state, whatever, and you want to get the info out there, I'm happy to pass it along. But like I said, we'll save that for the vlog because some of that can get pretty lengthy. So thank you so much for watching, tuning in again, and have a great week. I will see you guys next Monday. Bye.